This is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to give you a quick tour of my craft room. It's in my, it's supposed to be my dining room. I'll just give you a little pan. It's changed a little bit since the last time. Sorry, going too fast. I'll step in. Okay, I'm going to start right here. This is my my computer area. I also have storage underneath, but it's for like notebooks and cables and that kind of stuff. This is where all my punches are, or 90% of them. These boxes here are all my stamps. I've got them organized by categories, except for the ones in the top up here. The wood block ones are just up there. So I've got alpha and sentiments and scene building, and got lots of flowers, and then butterflies, birds and animals, and leaves and foliage. The bottom are mostly, there's gift packs of cards in that one, and this one's like a junk drawer. Okay, and I've got garbage can hanging on the side of it. Come around this way, and then I've got these three are on rolling racks from one of the hardware stores, and then they're all labeled. I've got envelopes. This is my embossing folders, so I can just flip through, or I can take the drawer out. And then I've got my washi tape in here, glue guns. This is tools, just all my garbage. Okay, and on top here, this is my cutting station. I have a little garbage can in the back for all those little strips. That's where I keep my Tim Holtz trimmer and my mini scoring tool. And my big cutter stays up all the time. This is not my favorite one, but it's what I have. Okay, and this is the start of my paper storage. This little box here is quarter sheets of white, and then half sheets of white, and there's a couple odd things in there as well. Okay, then here, this is like a couple specialty type papers, and then it's Bristol and watercolor, and then this is all white. These are all glimmer type papers. They have like a glimmer on one side. Some of them are white on the other, glittery. This is my silver and gold and copper metallics. Okay, then this drawer here is my scrap type drawer. So they're all labeled in the front. This is white and cream. This is my black. This is gold and metallic scraps. This is all the little bits and bobs that I cut all the time, and then I decide not to use, or there's some in here like I've stamped. There's a napkin in there too, and then I decide not to use it. And then there's a whole nother drawer of those like card front type things. An empty drawer. These are extra scissors. These are rulers, and these are my stamping platforms. My Misty, and then my Stamparatus is in there as well. And the middle one, I forgot to go through. This drawer here is all my bling. I have them stored and sorted by color in these little photo things. They all fit nice in there. I do have some on this one is the one that I take transport back and forth. It's got multicolors in it. There's a couple other things in there too. And then I've got glue and tapes. This is the extras. And just a bunch of extra. The bottom one is yarn and crocheting. Okay, then over here, this is grays and browns, or starting of it. And then my paper goes up here into this one. It's sort of in a rainbow type order because that's the way I think. And this is a mixture of all different kinds of paper. Each one is in a plastic sleeve. Most of them are in, whoops, I can't get far enough away, job ticket holders that I've trimmed the top off of. And then there's some that are in just page protectors. But they all fit up here. The top, this is paper for my printer. This is cream paper. This is black. This is more printer paper. This is white, thick, and there's two different types of white paper. This is what I use for my card bases. And then I've got a bunch of quarter sheets of the bright papers that I take with me when I go and visit my mom or whatever to make cards. And then on the wall, I've got my most used or my favorite dies. The ones that I want to grab fast. Inside here is, can't really see, let's see if I can turn the light on. Makes so much noise because it's fluorescent. And I've got my dimensionals. These are the minis, these are the regular. This one here is the tear and tape and glue dots. And then I've got my Stampin' Mists and that kind of thing here. Above it I have my tray for my embossing. And then I've got 2 bins of embossing powder. This is the one I use the most. And this one different. This has some glitters in it as well. This is just spray bottles for misters and Post-it notes. This one is the Post-it type adhesives that I use for gluing down or sticking down dies. And then this one is got Gamsol and glycerin and that kind of stuff. Okay. Underneath, it's mostly junky stuff, but I keep my ink refills again in those photos things by colors. And this is mediums, gloss medium, modeling pastes. I've got a thing for pens and pencils. This is a large thing of clear embossing powder. And then I've got my paint bucket. Over here is my mats and stuff for my die cutting machine, my Cricut. And then I've got some tubs in here. This is all glitter. I don't really use it very much, but a couple empty drawers. And then that's all cardboard in the corner for making book covers. Okay, and this wall here, if it'll focus. Come on, focus. Get closer, there we go. Okay, I've got my Gina K inks, my paint brushes and blending brushes. This was an umbrella case that I got years ago when I worked in retail. These are my like Zig and I forgot what the brand is, Arteza brushes, paint brush pens. They're watercolor type pens. Okay, then it goes into my ink pads, my Stampin' Up! Ones. And again, they're by color, like purple. The same sort of color that this is in, but... And then the watercolor paint brushes that go... The watercolor, water-based markers, the Stampin' Right markers that go with them are in the hook adjacent to them. And then these are all my different alcohol pens. Some are Copic, some are Bic, some are Stampin' Up! In the middle here, these are like black and gold and white marker type pens, mostly fine line. And these are just miscellaneous pens, and my Wink Castellas go in there, and gold and silver. And these are all miscellaneous, like Marvy markers. The plates for my die cutting machine, which stays set up here all the time. And then these are not used very much, but I've got bulk gems in here for when I have kids come over. And then sequins. There's some beads in there too. I used to use inside flower centers. I will occasionally use those. And these are seed beads and flocking. And then over here is Brad's. And actually I changed this. This is Perfect Pearls. I forgot to change the label. And then this is my just stickles and that. And this is alcohol inks. Okay, then below that is my distress inks. And then the distress markers, colored pencils. These are my little ink cubes. Mostly Gina K. There's a couple in this box here that are Stampin' Up! Ones. Okay, and then over here, this is more junky stuff, but there's my books, my watercolor paints, or colored pencils in tins are here, and paintbrushes that are my best ones that are in, come on, focus, that are in sleeves go here. Down here I've got buttons. This is just a miscellaneous containers and extension cords and large bottles of paint that don't fit in my drawer. And then below that I have got a drawer of watercolor paints and a drawer of acrylic paints. Okay, now this is new to this craft area. This was in my old craft area. This is an old desk that was in one of my kids' rooms. And I've got my dies in here in these plastic sleeves. They're just in those plastic Ziploc bags. And I just flip through them. They're very heavy. There's 2 drawers, and then the bottom drawer is all full of stickers. Okay. This is my big die cutting machine. Okay, this is my main table that I film on and that I do most of my work on the top. I've got this little caddy with all my most used, the things that I grab all the time. I take your pick tool and a ruler and scoring tool and pencils and pens. This is for just plopping stuff in. Like I've got a die here that I can't figure out where it goes. Underneath, I've got more cubbies. This is my main drawer. Has all my stuff at a fingertip that I grab all the time. My scissors, my glue, my tape runner, my glue erasers. And then I've got my most used ink pads, my blacks and VersaFine and Versamark. And then my Stampin' blocks. Next to that, I've got a scoring tool and my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And then this one here, stays set up all the time here. This is my Stampin' Up! Scoring tool. I use that all the time. Got some empty drawers because this one's got magnets and Velcro and action wobblers, that kind of stuff. This one's empty. This is stencils. They're just in here in little sleeves. I don't use them as much as I should, but might need to find a different solution. And this one down here is some Kiwi Lane type stencils for scrapbooking. Okay, and yet behind this I've got a little desk. I can't open this one now because my cat's laying on it, but inside that it opens up, and I've got card kits that I've made up to do classes or whatever, so they're in there. And then in this one, you're not gonna be able to see too well, is all cards that I've made. This is my sewing station, and this is brought down from up in the attic too. So the drawer is all sewing supplies. Underneath, I've got all kinds of other crafty things. You know, a loom for making pot holders, all the odd and end craft things that you might want to get out when you have kids come over. The bottle cutter, the foam cutter. Don't really use them all the time, so I don't need them in my tools. A loom and some thing for spinning yarn, and the wool and fabric. And I don't even remember what's in that one, but this is for when I go to camp. I load that up to take with me. Okay, then this box here, you've seen before, I think. It's not changed a whole lot. My husband made this for me. And I've got all my ribbon. On this side, I use tension rods. So then it's adjustable. There are some permanent bars in there because originally I was using little rings, but that didn't work. It was too hard to put away. Okay, then down here are some punches that don't fit well on my wall. Okay. These are project ideas that I've got ready to either do for a class or do for filming. So I've got all the different pieces either in a sleeve like this or in these totes, and these drawers pull out, so I could take the whole drawer to my desk if I wanted to, or take the whole pocket to my desk. Behind this, I've got my old machines. I still use them sometimes. Okay, these are just odd tools. Perforating tool. This is a label holders in little plastic bins. Curtain hooks, floral tape, engraving tools. This is for, I did glass engraving, and there's other tools like that in there. Brad setter, X-Acto blades, that kind of stuff. Okay, this side these are plastic sleeves and that kind of thing. Laminating pouches and photo paper are right there. This is window sheets. This is adhesive back labels. And this is larger 6x6 pads. Ones that don't, or they're larger than 6x6. They're 8 by 8. that kind of pads. And this is some specialty paper. This one's all metallics. This one is all, these are also metallics, but there's also a bunch of the ones that you can use foiling with. I'm not very good at that, so I just have all those papers. I use them for black and white. There's like rice paper and that kind of stuff in here too. Glitter paper. This is like vellums, all kinds of vellums. Okay, then down at the bottom is my 12 by 12 plain paper, my 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper, and this is watercolor pads and Bristol pads, that kind of thing. And up here is the 6 by 6 paper. The top bit is pads, and then this is all taken apart into color families. Or it's like red, pink, purple. It's just the way my brain works. And then all my I forgot what they're called. The little cartridges that you use in your Cricut machine. And that's my craft room this year. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.